Which of the following statements is true? 5/12 divided by 5/24 is 0.5. A ratio of 9 to 6 is the same as 150%. 0.0064 is equal to 64 thousandths. 4/10 divided by 0.8 is 2. Let's start with answer choice C. To rewrite this decimal as a fraction, we would need to count 1, 2, 3, 4 total decimal places. We would have to move the decimal point to get the whole number 64. And that number of places, those 4 places, should also equal the number of zeros in our denominator. So instead of 1,000, we should have 10,000. So C is incorrect. For answer choice D, divide 4/10 by 0.8. Let's represent 0.8 as a fraction. So we'd have 4/10 divided by 0.8 is 8/10, so 8 over 10. Whenever you're dividing by fractions, you have to multiply by the reciprocal or do something called keep, change, flip, where you keep the original fraction, 4/10, you change division to multiplication, and then you flip your fraction or turn it to its reciprocal form. Now we can multiply straight across, and actually before we do, we can factor out a greatest common factor to simplify the fractions before we multiply. We can factor out the common factor of 10 to change both of these to 1, making 4 times 1, 4, and 1 times 8, 8. If we simplify this fraction all the way down, 4 is half of 8, so this would simplify down to 1/2, which is not the whole number 2, making D incorrect. For A, we need to do the same thing. 5/12 divided by 15 over 24. So once again, keep, change, flip. 5/12 times 24 over 15. Let's look for greatest common factors to factor out. We can take a 5 out of 5 to be left with 1. We can take a 5 out of 15 to be left with 3. We can also simplify this way. 12 is half of 24, so if I factored out a 12 here, I'd get 1. And if I factored out a 12 here, I would get 2. So we have 1 times 2 on top and 1 times 3 on the bottom, which would give us 2/3, which is not the same as the decimal 0.5. This is the same as 1/2. So 1/2 does not equal 2/3, making A incorrect. By elimination, we know that B is correct. That would be enough for you to mark your answer and move on with the rest of the test, but I will show you the math for answer choice B for the sake of the video. For answer choice B, a ratio is the same thing as a fraction. 9 to 6 can be written as 9 over 6. And a fraction is also the same as a division problem, 9 divided by 6. So we can set up long division. And actually, to make this a little bit easier on ourselves, we could have simplified before we did so. So we could divide the top and bottom by a common factor. Let's make it 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So instead, our long division would look like this, 3. And then 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 3 over 2 is an equivalent fraction to 9 over 6. I'll just make the math a little bit easier. 2 can go into 3 one time. When we subtract, we get 1. We'll have to add a 0 and a decimal. 2 can go into 10 5 times, and that goes in evenly with no remainder. So now we can take this decimal and change it to a percent by multiplying it by 100. That will move the decimal point 1, 2 places to the right. We'll add a 0, giving us 150%, matching answer choice B.